Hello everyone, I am Phoenix Tremaine and this is my review of the Have and Have Nots. Before I start, I want to say thank you to all my new subscribers. If you haven't subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. It takes like 2 seconds to click on it. Hopefully you enjoy my videos. I got my Empire videos coming out. I got a lot going on. And if you go to my webpage, webseriesandmovies.com, I also post a lot of entertainment information. And today I posted a lot of entertainment information on there. And I have a really great, it also deals with diet, health, fitness, everything I'm into is on this page. It's not just web series and movies, but it's a little bit of everything. And I just posted like the photos from Empire Season 2, Episode 1 on the website, so you can go see that and get a glimpse of what, the episode's going to look like before September 23rd. So, check out my website. I'm working on it. It's got a lot of good stuff on there. And hopefully it'll be your one-stop shop for entertainment as well as entertainment news. So, without further ado, I just want to talk about this episode of the Have and Have Nots, which is one of the best episodes that they've had in a long time. Since the first episode premiered of the second part of the season, I was really excited about this episode because it gave me everything I wanted. And it was moved quickly. It was a bunch of different storylines. They had some... I hate it when they bookend a scene from commercial break to commercial break and it's just one scene. They didn't do a lot of that. They did do it twice, but they didn't really do it too much. So I enjoyed seeing the scenes jump back and forth. And I mean, it was just a good episode because I love when the plot moves forward. And in this episode, the plot finally started moving forward. The interview... Personally, I found the interview itself, to be a little boring. But Jim, blindsided by Celine and her two sons, they're announced that that's their father. They didn't have DNA tests behind his back, where Celine got a sample of his DNA and all that kind of stuff. And so he can't run for governor now because, Celine busts him out on TV about being a cheater and having children out of wedlock. And the son's talking about, Jim don't care about poor people. So, Maggie pours water into the electrical equipment to short it out so that the interview is cut. And so they throw the reporter out. And then the most important part of the scene is the second part of the scene where Veronica actually admits to Jim that she's the one that set up Wyatt to be raped. And that really caught me out by surprise because Veronica's got away with so much, and for someone like Jim to know what she did to his son, you knew hell was gonna come from that. And then Catherine's like, "What happened? What happened?" So they didn't show Jim telling Catherine what happened. And in the next episode, Veronica's at their house because she's having an argument with Hannah. And I'm like, she's actually in a cry house after admitting to having her son raped? So that alone is worth the price of admission for next week's episode. So that was fun. Especially when Jim did something that blew up Facebook. He choked the fuck out of Veronica. People have been waiting for this shit for 3 years for the bitch to get choked out or slapped or something. And he really went for her, which I enjoyed. And then she also told Catherine that Maggie and Dave were sleeping together and all that other kind of shit. So it was a lot going on in that scene. Then we got another surprise scene with Quincy's sister. Now this bitch, her first scene wasn't all that. But, her ghetto fabulous, this was just like on point in this episode. She was like, I want this kid back because I need to get my check bigger and all this kind of stuff. But here in, I don't know about Atlanta, but here in Maryland, I used to have, different cousins and relatives that would just pop out babies for a bigger welfare check. And that shit don't happen no more because of child support. They come after the father. Even if you get welfare, they come after the father for reimbursement. So, I didn't really think that, that was like relevant at this point in time when the courts really focus on child support, not welfare. But she told Quincy to go get the kid and also to kill Benny. And he was like, yeah, I got you. You know, I'm going to take care of it. So, but she was in control. She's like, do it like we used to do. So, you know, we'll see what comes of that. That was a fun scene. Now, Landon, this bitch, is very persistent. I mean, to the point where he's a little stalkerish. And I saw other bloggers report on how they felt about Landon. And I was like, well, he's not that bad. You know, Jeffrey fucked him, and he must have liked it because he's all hooked on the dick or whatever. And so every time you turn around, he's peeking and watching and trying to get back with him. And he did some really weird ass shit this episode. He just shows up at his hotel room with some champagne. But it's the handkerchief shit that I didn't understand. He's like, in high school, we passed these handkerchiefs around when we felt like we did something wrong to a friend. If you accept it, it's like accepting an apology. And Jeffrey's like, huh? But then he started to win Jeffrey over. And then Veronica shows up. And then they get into an argument. And Veronica's like, you're going to go see Melissa Boy. And so he decides to do something that shocks Veronica, which is kiss Landon in front of her. And so she just like walks off, but Landon's like, why are you provoking your mother? You know she's going to do something. He's like, do it. Do it. You know, I don't care what you're going to do. Do it. Do whatever you're going to do. So we all know Veronica is not going to take that line down. You know, so Veronica's going to do something to Jeffrey he's not going to like. I don't know if it's the car situation or what. But Landon got his little heart broken when he's like, well, Wyatt's in the room. And then he finds out that Melissa's pregnant. So he gives him the champagne and the handkerchief, and he's like, have a nice life. But I don't think that's the last we've seen of Landon. He's too hooked. Then there was Oscar coming to Candace's rescue. But we all know he's going to be either working for Jim or working for David. And that when the social worker's like, how could you pay for this house? We know you used to be an escort. You know, I ain't going to judge you, but if that's what you're doing, you know. So Candace's like, no, I have a job. And she don't have any answers. Oscar brings over his laptop, and he shows, like, this is how much money in my accounts. And I'm going to wire $500,000 into Candace's account. And I'm like, he's like, Candace, put your account number in now. And I'm like, oh, God, Candace, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Now he's going to have your account number. They're going to be like stealing money out your account. Something's going to happen to try to drain her funds. But I used to be a bank teller. And over $10,000 has to be reported to the IRS. If it's $10,001, the IRS is going to know. If anything over $10,000, it has to be reported. So if she has millions of dollars she hasn't paid taxes on, you know, that's tax evasion and her ass is in hot water. But if she's smart, then the money's hidden, buried in a safe somewhere or something. But I have a feeling there's going to be a plot twist where he's able to go in her account and steal all her money. Then there were some scenes with them fucking or whatever, which I don't care about seeing that. I know that it's all a con game. Then there's Benny and Hannah. Benny was twisting his mother's arm to move into this house, and he didn't tell her it was from Candace. He's like, well, God, you know, you believe in God? She's like, yeah, of course I do. And he's like, well, this is a blessing. And she's overwhelmed because he took her to the tow shop. Then he takes her to his house, and it's just like too much for her because she'd rather be poor in the hood in her broken down house that, you know, is falling apart, where Quincy can come and steal her kid. And he's like, Quincy won't even know we're here. But she eventually agrees to live in the house at least for a day. So we'll see what happens with that. But she did let him know that Candace's job wasn't verified, so now Benny knows that Candace lied. Like I said, the plot's moving forward. And finally, Jim and David have a confrontation because David's like, I know that look in your eye. You're going to try and do something with my wife. If you do, I'm going to be the worst enemy you've ever had. You know, and then he storms out, and then Jim calls, and he puts a hit out on Terrell, the prison guard, so we know he's going to get killed. And he put a hit out on the professor that raped his daughter. I'm sure he'll get killed. And then they put a hit out on Veronica. You know, so I think that Terrell and the professor days are numbered, and they'll probably be killed off. In the preview promo, they said somebody's going to die. I'm guessing Terrell and the professor will be on the list to die. I don't think any new major characters are going to die, but we'll see. And that pretty much was the show. If I missed anything, I don't think I did. But I really enjoyed this episode of the Have and Have Nots. I hope you did too. And I hope you stick with me for more reviews. In the morning, I'm going to do my Janet Jackson Unbreakable concert tour review. And my webpage, I've updated it. So if you like Empire, you know, I have the latest photos of season 2, episode 1. So if you want to know what it looks like, the fashions, hell, what the hell that shit Portia was wearing, then, you know, check out my Empire on my website, webseriesandmovies.com. It's like a 21 picture gallery from season 2, episode 1, which comes out September 23rd. And then I put lots of entertainment news out there, like Under the Dome got canceled, and some other stuff got canceled, and some stuff was renewed. So I try to keep current entertainment news out there. And I'm going to put this clip of Thirsty on right now so that you can take a look at my soap opera, which is also on my website, webseriesandmovies.com. And just check it out. You know, it's only going to take a minute. But I hope you enjoy it. I hope you watch my show, and I hope you continue to watch my reviews. So have a good night, or a good morning, or a good afternoon, whenever time you're watching this. And I will see you soon.
Serena, I need you right now. I can't do this. When it comes to sex, you don't have to ask me twice.
Sexy swing, bring it around now. Wind up your waist for me, all up on me, girl.